Welcome to today's morning power up call. This is gonna be a short one. I've decided to try and keep these a little shorter, just to keep them quicker, punchier, so you guys can get the lesson and immediately get to work. So I'm assuming the audio is working. If the audio is not working, please tell me over there. If it is, then awesome. If not, we'll get it taken care of. So let's dive right into this. Obviously, there's big changes inside the campus. Obviously, the boot camp is reorganized in a way that's easier to go through. Obviously, you're going to have to take 10 seconds and figure out where you go. Obviously, all those things are the case. Some of you might have noticed that there's a little bit of a change. Obviously, I've updated the first third of the boot camp. I'm refilming everything else, but in the meantime, I've made a temporary change to that third step of the boot camp where you're learning to partner with businesses. I've replaced all the stuff that had to do with Streak and sending out mail merges and testing that way with content about doing it one by one carefully so that you are giving as much value as possible so that you can have the highest chance of success in today's market, right? And something that I've done is I haven't attached the document with like the different email strategies that I've given you, like the different examples. And some of you have asked me, they're like, wait, like when are we gonna get the documents? When are we gonna get templates? And I wanted to address that right now on a call because it is connected to a very key principle. See, when I was a kid, I grew up in a small little town in Southeast Texas, kind of like out in the woods. We had animals, we raised animals, right? I was kind of, semi like a very, very small farm-ish kind of thing, life growing up. It was awesome, great way to grow up. Learned a lot of life lessons, and here's one of them. Yeah, the audio looks like it's good. So, when I was a kid, we hatched a bunch of little baby chicks. So we had chickens, and they laid eggs, and then we took those eggs and we put them in an incubator, right? And we let these, which is basically just a giant box with heat and all that stuff. And over time, the chicks would break free and they would be born essentially, right? They go from being inside of an egg to outside little baby chicks. And I remember sitting there with my dad, and that we waited a couple days or however long, and all of a sudden like they started to break out. My dad called me down and I went and looked at it. Right, we had it out in like the garage of our house or whatever, out in the barn, and we went out there. And the chicks were breaking free, right? You could see little cracks starting to form. You could see their beaks starting to pick out. And I got all excited and I reached my hand in to open it up. I'm like, oh, I can crack an egg. I've done that before. I can help these chicks get out. And my dad stopped me. He grabbed my hand and said, no, listen, you can't help them out of the egg. They have to crack out of the egg themselves in order to get strength. If you let them, if you crack the egg for them, you take away the struggle, and then they never get strong for themselves. They will actually die. They'll die from infection, or they won't actually have the strength to get up and move around. Like they'll die. And he told me he tried it when he was a kid, and it actually happened. Like he opened it up, and the chick didn't make it. It died really quickly. So I'd sit there and watch these eggs struggle. These little baby chickens struggle to like crawl out of the egg. Like work their head out. It was difficult and it was hard, and I had to do it if I wanted the chicks to survive. And then they grew up to be great chickens and whatever, right? Another day in the life. We did that process a whole bunch of times when I was a kid, but I remember the lesson. Now, for you guys who are working to become extremely wealthy copywriters, you want to learn how to write copy, you want to find clients, you want to partner with them, you want to make a lot of money as a person. If I give you every single thing, if I give you a template, if I take all the thought and the energy away from you to where you never have to flex those copywriting muscles, you never have a struggle to go through to learn how to write copy, or in this case, to reach out to clients, you won't develop the capacity you need to actually provide value for your clients, to actually earn money, right? I can give you all this stuff, send you out there, I can help each and every one of you land 10 dozen clients, right? Or whatever. I can help you each land 10 clients. Easy. If I had infinite time, I could help each and every one of you do that. Like one by one, hands, like holding your hand every step of the way. But if I then just turned you over to have to deal with those clients, you wouldn't have developed the mental fortitude and the mental models and the actual copy and marketing skills to actually help them. You would fail and you fall flat on your face. It's not enough to get a client, you have to earn a client. So in this iteration, especially after I refilm all of those videos, you won't get any templates. You'll have principles, you'll have directions, and I'm still here to coach you and guide you as you go through the process. But you are going to have to build your own outreach. You're going to have to craft your own message, because that is absolutely crucial if you want to develop the ability to provide value for your clients. It's absolutely crucial. So guys, keep this in mind. You don't want to be the rich kid that the dad does everything for and then he can't do anything. He's a worthless individual. I've met so many people who their dads were extremely wealthy and they bought them everything and got them everything they wanted, and that person was incapable of handling stress or doing anything meaningful in their life. You have to. I will not make you guys the same way. I won't give you every single thing so that by the time you get a client, you can't help them. I'm going to force you and allow you to go through a little bit of struggle so you can develop the skill you need to survive in this world, right? And I'm here to help you and guide you and coach you and give you resources and make sure you have what you need. But you guys don't get templates. You don't get copy and paste stuff. You have to develop your brain. You have to actually go through this struggle if you want to provide value and be able to provide value in this world. My friends, it's been a good call. Again, I said I'd keep this one short, but kept it fairly short. I will talk with you guys again tomorrow on our next Power Up call. Keep your eye on the announcements channel. Things are changing. Things are growing. The campus is always improving. I will talk with you guys tomorrow. Let's go out. Let's get it.